I feel like I'm on fire today. I mean, in the Lord, that once I get going, I can't stop. It just flows out of me. And I mean, the people I'm talking to, that's what they tell me. And I tell them now that when I make a telephone call like that, I am just going to turn on the video so everybody could hear what I'm saying. And what I've been talking about is there are two things that could happen. And God has shown me that everything that happens according to the choices of man. If there are enough people who are making the right choice, God makes a decision towards that. If there are enough people making the wrong choices, God will work against that. But the choices that we are seeing now is, will Christ come back very quickly and save his church? When would he do that? Because obviously things are trying to tank downhill for the Christian. Because what is wanted is to persecute the Christians the way they did the Jews years ago. I mean, both of us are called a peculiar people. And the reason for that is everybody else and every other religion around us do not believe in God the Father, do not believe in God the Son. So for the Old Testament, when they didn't believe in God the Father, the Lord in the Bible called them heathens, whatever. But when they worshiped other gods and they chose other people to follow or whatever, they, I mean, even God, even Jesus called the Samaritan people at that time dog, because he told the woman who needed the healing that it's not meet for him to give that which belongs to the children to the dogs. And she told him that even the dogs eat the crumbs from under the table. And he said, thy faith has made thee whole. So right now, what I'm telling you is the true believer needs to understand every single person who truly loves God with all their heart is not going to have any doubts as to who the Antichrist is. God's going to reveal it to them. And if they're in a place to hear God, they're going to know instantly this is him. There is nothing where you try the Spirit. If that's not going to happen, God is going to reveal it in such a way that he has always revealed things to you. He is going to come to you in such a way. Now, if you're where you need to be and you have made your election sure, your calling sure, then you will hear his voice. But you can hear a false voice if you're not where you need to be. Even prophets make terrible mistakes because God will come and give them a prophecy and they take it to heart according to what they think and what they feel. So therefore, they don't tarry before God to ask God, hey, what does this mean? What do you want me to do with this? Do you want me to tell it? Do you not? They don't do that. They go, oh, God told me, he showed me, and this is it. He told me to tell everybody. And they don't even know what they're talking about because he only gave them part of a message. And they didn't give him the time or the freedom to continue it. And a lot of the God's people that call themselves prophets are not. Prophetic utterance does not make you a prophet. What makes you a prophet is when God, in all of his power and glory, thank you, Jesus, comes to you personally, where you can't even stand in his presence and calls you a prophet. That is when you know you're a prophet. It has nothing to do with man. It has nothing to do with trying the spirits. When your spirit knows beyond knowledge, beyond understanding, that God is standing before you and talking to you personally, and your flesh cannot bear it, that is when you know that you are a prophet. But until that day and until that time, you are not a prophet. You only have the gift of prophetic utterance. And you need to know the difference. Having prophetic utterance, there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. You can prophesy whenever God calls you to it. But the heart of a prophet is completely different. The heart of the prophet is very much like Elijah was. The heart of the prophet will literally think and feel things that you can never think or feel because you weren't called to it. Stay within your own calling. You don't come. Well, I'm going to have to stop here.